Right, okay. So today I'm going to show you my chest routine. So these are the 3 exercises that I do for my chest. I've already warmed up my shoulders, which I usually do some arm circles plus some a couple of sets of just usual push-ups on the floor. Then I put on the weighted vest. So I'm going to show you from here so you can see the exact angle of what I'm doing. So I've got 2 stools here. So the weighted vest, I highly recommend purchasing one of these, especially if you're training for muscle specifically, because if you don't, you'll find yourself doing endless repetitions and that won't grow as much muscle, right? So put a chair, I've got some weights on there, core tight, down between the chairs, stretch down, right up, elbows in, right, okay, so that's the full weighted vest I've got there. So that's my first set. So this targets predominantly the middle chest, triceps, to a lesser extent the front of the shoulders. As well, if you keep your core tight, it will also bring your core in. So I usually give myself a 2-minute break. Personally, I find it helps on the second set if I'm using 30 on the first, but this of course will depend on your recovery rate, your age and so forth, is to take 3 weights out in between to ensure that I get maximum length as I go down between the chairs, which will build the maximum amount of muscle. So I'm just going to give myself a 2-minute break here. Remember, when you're performing these exercises, it's important to keep your elbows in. And the way you do that is by retracting your shoulder blades. Also, if you keep your hands at lower chest level, when you push down, it will activate the chest, which is predominantly the muscle that is working when you do the push-ups. So when I do push-ups, I tend to keep my arms around shoulder width apart. I've got weights on the chair. The reason for that is to keep them steady. Usually you don't actually need the weights. What you can do is you can actually place them against a wall. Place them against a wall will keep the chair steady and you don't actually need the weights to hold it down. But obviously I need to be in range with this camera. So, second set. Right, so you're best at performing a shorter number of sets. I performed 6 sets in total for chest. The reason for that being that I tend to train like I used to train when I was doing weights, which is to go full out on 6 to 8 reps to build maximum muscle. So next exercise is going to be decline push-ups. This means I'm going to have to remove a few plates. This is going to be a harder variation. And this is going to target more the upper chest and the shoulders. Okay. So with this, I want to touch my chin to the floor. I found in the past, if I add weights too quickly, I start skimping on the movement, thus not activating the entire upper chest or the front of the shoulders effectively. So it's not so much the weight, it's actually getting the full number of reps with the full range of motion in. So for this one, I'm going to move the camera onto the floor. Now these vests don't cost that much, they're available online. If you're serious about training calisthenics, you'll make much faster progress than you will doing numerous number of sit-up crunches or, push-ups. A mistake. Where do we get to? Okay, so I've got 18 now in the vest, right? Last time I used more, got 5 reps, but my chin didn't touch the floor in the last 2. So when that happens, I tend to go back and restart the exercise on a slightly lower level to ensure that I'm getting maximum contraction of the muscles. I'm not losing any of the gains I would have got from doing the exercise within the full range of motion. Right. So I'm going to have to shift the camera so you can see this. Right. Okay. So I don't need these. You can see I've got the chair there in the background. Okay. Just got it here. Alright. I'm going to move it to a level where you can actually see exactly what I'm doing. Move it here. Alright. Okay, alright. Hands shoulder width apart. Chin to the floor. Up. I've got 5 reps. 4 runs. So 5 reps. Generally speaking, 5 reps to 6 reps per set works just fine. My usual rep range is between 5 and 8. But I want to alternate those. I don't want to be doing 5 for every single exercise, because that will overtax the nervous system. So again, to get full range of motion, I take a few of the weights out. I want to get 6 this time, right? So I got what? 5 with 18 in the vest. So I've sort of figured out, as you will over time, exactly how much you actually need within the vest in order to get in the number of sets that you require per exercise. So, for me personally, if I want to get 6 reps, I'm going to have to take out 5. Plus I don't want to make this too long, give myself too much rest time, because people will get bored. So I'm going to take an out. 5. Right, okay. Is that right? 10, 11. Is that right? Should be 2 more in there. So you need to remember to keep track of what you're doing, which isn't always easy when you're in the midst of trying to film a workout. I usually double check them as well, because it's easy to inadvertently put the wrong number in, thus hindering your progress and thus the ability to build muscle in a consistent and consecutive fashion, right? So I'm going to go for my second set. Once I put this back on. It's also some sort of weird bulletproof vest. Right, okay, so we had it where we had it before, just down there like that. I gave a nice view, which gave them, so you can see that the full exercise technique. So I've got the chair back there, again, feet on there, straight body, hand shoulder width apart, chin to the floor. Right. As long as you reach maximum contraction number of reps that you want to achieve, then that's okay. So that's 2 sets of 5, which just goes to show, last time I trained, I wasn't touching my chin to the floor, hence the fact that I was managing to get more repetitions in. Right, last set. I'll take a few minutes breather as I'm talking at the same time. So I'm just going to sit down here while I adjust this. Right, so you can actually see me. Otherwise it's a bit pointless. Okay. So this is going to be dips. So obviously, for this exercise, I've already worn my chest out considerably. Now the chest will bring in, not only this is predominantly for the lower section of the chest, also by extending all the way up and retracting your elbows, it will bring in the serratus. Now serratus is a bit difficult to see because you need very low body fat, but it's a triangular shape just under here. I'm not quite there yet, but I hope to eventually. All right. The key is to keep making sure you've got enough protein, and if you can get enough sleep, that will help a lot too. That's the area that I tend to fall back on, and that's partly because I have a bit of a problem with insomnia. But as long as I get 5 or 6 hours a night, then I'm all right. Obviously, if you can get 7 or 8, that would be better. Right, okay, so dips, right? Again, I'm hurrying through this a little bit, simply because I don't want it to drag on and I don't want to lose people's attention. Plus, by speeding it up, I'm burning more fat and calories, thus ensuring that the muscle I do build will be more visible. Okay, so here we bring in the dip bars, right? Again, I highly recommend you get one of these. So I think for this one, you probably get a better angle here. Right, okay. Just got to make sure I've got the right weights in without smashing the carpet apart. Overzealous enthusiasm for this. Okay. They're all equal, so again, make sure you check. You don't want to be dealing with the wrong number of weights in the wrong section of the vest, which will then lead you to be prone for injury. Nor do you want the vest to be twisted, which I've just done. So I need to untwist it. Just bear with me. You'll get used to these things. I did. I used to have almost sandbags, and sandbags used to all come falling out. That was hell, I tell you. Right, let's get this on the go. I must say that talking about these videos, which is the first one I've done where I've trained myself, feel myself doing the entire routine, it's a lot more tiring, but at the same time it's more beneficial because it's building up more cardiovascular ability, which in turn will carry across to the exercises that's building more growth and more muscle, which is your ultimate aim of the workout, of course. Right, when I first got this vest I could never figure out how to put the damn thing on, but I got there in the end, which is always the main thing. Right, okay, so will I get 6 reps or not? I don't know. Six reps, okay? I've got one more set, and chest is finished within 20 minutes. Again, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the last set with no vest, and just my body weight. You need to take a rest in between. So this would usually take me about possibly 25 minutes. I'm doing it in 20. Partly because I want to hold people's attention. I want to get 6 reps on this final exercise. I want to make sure I've gained enough strength, stamina to actually do that. People talk about how hard to go when you're dipping as well. A lot of this depends on your shoulders. Most of the physicians say you shouldn't go with your arms below parallel. I tend to go a little bit below parallel, but that's partly because I want to make sure I'm getting enough depth, and without a mirror I can't actually see how low I'm going. Just making a video. Stop. So I can't say this, my wife's just got back. I can't see quite how low I'm going. But the recommended advice is to go so you're at a 90-degree angle. I've got a bit of hypermobility in my joints, which is works for my benefit. So I sometimes go a bit lower. Right. Excuse me. Last set and I'm done. Shoulders back, retract shoulder blades. Six. So that's my chest workout done. I now move on to triceps, which I'll show you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.